Okay, in this video we've got three horizontal lines and we want to come up with a step function that represents these three lines. So because we know horizontal lines are written as y equals, I'm going to do three of those right here, okay, on the left side. Now if I look at this red line right here and I continue it to the right, I see that it goes through 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes through the y-axis at -4. So we're going to set that one equal to -4. And then the green line goes through it at -1. So I'm going to make another one, y equals -1. And then this blue one up here, if we extend it to the left, we see that it goes through at +3. Okay, now these are the equations of each one of these three lines, assuming they aren't cut off, so assuming that they actually run through continuously through the y-axis. But now, since they're just segments, we have to add in some inequalities to show what we actually want, like what part of that horizontal line we want. So down here for the red one, that was our y equals -4. It looks like we want this horizontal line between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6 less than x, and then it goes over to 1, 2, 3. That will be -3, and that will be less than or equal to. Now I used this inequality because we had an open point here, so that means we don't want to include -6, and I used this inequality because we had a closed point right here and we want to include -3. So if our x falls in between -6 or -3 and including the -3, our y will be equal to -4. Okay, let's continue on and do the y equals -1, and that's going to be between -3 and +1 for x. So I do -3. It's an open point, so I use less than, and then I've got x is less than or equal to. It's a closed point, so that's why I use that one. And then that's going to be +1. And then continuing out up here for our y equals 3, that's going to be between 1 and 5 for our x values. So that's going to be 1 is less than x, which is less than or equal to +5. And this would be basically our piecewise function. I'll rewrite it like this, because that's the proper way you'd want to write a piecewise function, or in this case, it's more specifically, we could call it a step function because it resembles stairs, or basically steps that are increasing. But a step function is in reality a piecewise function as well. So that's basically it. My tip would be to always extend these horizontal lines across until they go across the y-axis, so that you know exactly what the y value would be, and then come up with each one of these domains.